Discuss about multiplexer. Do you know about multiplexer? Good morning, all. Am I audible? Am I audible? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
आवाज येतोय का?
Yes, ma'am.
मला तुमचा आवाज येत नाही की तुम्हाला माझा येत नाहीये?
Ma'am, you are audible.
गायत्री. ओके, थँक्यू. स्क्रीन विजिबल आहे ना सगळ्यांना? Today we are going to discuss multiplexer. Multiplexer, you have learned it in first year. Is there any difficulty? See, what is my question? Multiplexer in a first year. Mux is a circuit with multiple data inputs and single outputs. Most of the electronic systems, and there is a necessary to route this data over a single line. In that case, you need a multiplexer. Okay. So what I am saying, it is a circuit having multiple data inputs and single outputs. So we are selecting any one of the input. Okay. Depending upon the control or select inputs. Suppose for n input lines, log n to the base 2, these are the selection lines, or we can say that for 2 raised to n input lines, n selection lines are required. 2 raised to n, what it means? Do you know about something about multiplexer? Two raised to n input lines, and are here selection lines. Suppose there are 2 selection lines, then what will be the Got my question? Is there any problem? Or should I end the lecture? Hemangi,
Yes, ma'am.
am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Why all of you are not responding? I feel that I am getting disconnected. What is my question? See, there are 2 raised to n input lines and n is a selection lines. Then if the lines, then what will be the number of inputs?
One.
Are you getting this statement? To 2, you will get 2 raised to 2 is equal to 4 input lines. If n is equal to 3, what will be the input lines?
8.
Or number of inputs? 8. क्वेश्चन कळत नव्हतं का मगापासून? If n is equal to 4, then what will be the
16
input
input
lines? Very good. 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. Keep in mind, because this formula is more important while designing the multiplexer, and this relation is important from the NSEM point of view. It is required, okay? Or for solving or for analysis of multiplexer, you should know these things. Later on, we are saying only 2 raised to n input, and you have to vary to 2, 3, 4. As to 1 marks. If we have to design 2 as to 1 marks, means what? This 1 is a number of selections and 2 is a number of input lines. Okay, 2 as to, suppose 2 as to 1 marks is there. So IC required for this is a 74153 and it is a dual 4 as to 1. Same output we are getting same as an input. Why in digital ICs many times it is described like this? Because sometimes we are getting the inverted output. That's why it is specifically mentioned here. We are getting inverted of the same. Okay. So for dual 4 as to 1 we are getting same input. What are the advantages of this? See here, multiplexers are also known as a data and selector or parallel to serial converter, because what we are saying, multiplexer is used to select many of the inputs, only one input at a time from the number of inputs, many number of inputs. Okay, so that's why it can be work as a parallel to serial converter also. Okay, it is also called as a many to one. डीमल्टीप्लेक्सर एक बार पढ़ाया तो ये लोग ये सब बच्चे भूल जाते हैं या कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि many to one or one to many. So there should not be any confusion once you know the things. And remember like this many to one. Multiplexer is a many to one and demultiplexer is reverse of this, that is a one to many. So it is also called as a many to one circuit, universal logic circuit, like this. What are the advantages of this? Logical expression is not required and it minimizes the IC count and logic design is simplified. This is the application already that can be sent over the network without time and bandwidth. Okay. Now we see here this data is a D0 and D1 and this E is the enable pin. So there should be yes, that is a select line. We are getting Y. Now see here, you are designing many things and you are designing also the truth. But multiplexer, we are not getting different output. Just only we are selecting any one of the input. Got it? See, here the enable is important. Why? Because whenever enable pin is 1, then going to work. See here, can you see the truth table? If enable pin is a 0 and select, it may be, you will get the output as a 0. You have got the first statement? you're having practical also based on this. And I was disconnected.
Yes, ma'am.
Shit.
ये भी
अरे आप बीच में बोला करो, नहीं तो मुझे पता नहीं चलता क्योंकि मैं स्क्रीन तो मिनिमाइज रहती है। आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रही हूँ। टू टेक्स्ट किया तब डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, again. See, if you are to design 2 to 1 marks, means we are giving two inputs, that is a D0 and D1. This is the enable pin. This is getting Y as the output. Okay. Now into and output. This is a E, select line is indicated as a yes, and this is a Y. Okay. Now, whenever enable pin is a 0, doesn't matter what is the select line, 1, output will be 0 only. Okay. Whenever enable pin is a 1, then only your mux is going to work. It means it is going to be activate. So when select line is 0, you are getting data as a 0, D bit at the D naught. Then whenever enable output as a D1. Now tell me to act what will be the status of enable to mux to be an active? फिर से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया।
वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है ना.
ब्रेक हो रहा है। ओके रुको मैं then let me join from mobile, then I will be audible. Now am I audible? Okay. Earphone issue was there. Okay. What is my question? When the mux will be active, what should be the status of enable pin?
1.
Yes. Enable pin should be always 1. Then only depending upon the select lines, your output is going to be selected, or accordingly it will happen. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we have to go for the 4:1 marks. Take down this IC number because you are having the practical also based on this, and for the theory purpose, you should know the name of the ICs. This 4 and S1 marks IC is a 74153, and this is the 74151A. This is the 8S1 marks IC. And see here, it is written as a we are getting the complementary output. You are having only 74153. Suppose if you have to design the 8:1 marks, there is a different procedure, but at least you should know the name of IC 74153. लिख के ले लो, फिर बाद में प्रैक्टिकल के बाद अगर पूछा तो मुझे पता नहीं, ऐसे नहीं रहना चाहिए. This is the implementation of 4:1 marks using 2:1 and 16:1 using 4. Okay. See, this will be difficult. I will share one different handwritten notes. Just a minute. Is it visible? Now see, this is about the 4:1 marks. Means what? Always this is indicating that 1 is indicating output, and 4 means these are indicating number of input lines. Now tell me, what will be the selection lines for this?
Selection lines.
How many?
2.
2. How you are getting this?
Maximum input is equal to 2 per n.
Yes. 2:n is a input lines, and that n indicates number of selection line. Okay. For 2:1 marks, what should be the selection line there? Already we have discussed. Why is screen sharing? Yeah, network issue. Okay. Till we will discuss. We have just now seen 2:1 marks. Now tell me, what is 2?
Number of inputs.
Number of inputs. What is 1?
Output. Selection lines.
What is 1?
Output.
What?
Number of selection lines, ma'am.
Anyone? What is 1 in 2:1 or 4:1?
Output.
Yes. this one as output. And how to decide the selection is in 2:1, because you are provided with the 2:1 marks or 4:8 mark or 8:1 marks. And for the oral purpose, you may ask, or for the interview purpose also, you may ask that what should be the selection lines for this. For 2:1 marks, how you are going to find out the selection lines? ये आपको ऐसे याद ही रहना चाहिए, अगर नींद में भी पूछा तो आना चाहिए. My screen sharing option is not enabled. What is happening? What about 4:1 marks? Again, I am repeating things. 4 is
Input selection line.
all of you are confusing. Confuse हो गए आप. 4:1 marks में 4 क्या है?
Input line.
Input.
Good. 4 is a number of input. What is 1?
Output.
Output.
Good. And what about selection line? Because you are provided with the 4:1 marks. Now you have to find out what should be the selection lines.
2, ma'am.
Yes. How you are getting this?
Log of input line. H2.
You can find out like this: log of input lines, or 2:n are our number of input lines. So 4, we know that 2:2 is equal to 4. So what are the selection line we are getting? That is a 2. For 8:1 marks, what will happen? Tell me about number of inputs first.
8.
8 number of inputs, 1 output, and 3.
Yes. And what about selection lines?
3.
3 selection lines.
वेरी गुड. अभी समझ में आ गया अच्छी तरह से? शायद मुझे यहाँ से लेफ्ट होना पड़ेगा क्या? ऐसे तो नहीं होता है. एक मिनट रुको, मेरा स्क्रीन शेयरिंग नहीं यहाँ पे आ रहा है. बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. Now I present screen. Okay, if I am getting again disconnected, I will stop the lecture. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, for 4:1 marks, we are saying there are 4 inputs. You can write here there's a I0, I1, I2, I3, or you can write D0, D1, D2, D3. In most of the books, it is written like D0, D1, D2, D3. Doesn't matter. Okay. Just you should know these are the inputs. And here for the selection lines, always we are using the symbols S1, S0 or a S2 like this. Okay, here it is written as a X1, X0. Let it be. Now, this will be the truth table for the marks. Okay, you should able to form the truth table. Now, what we are saying, X1, X0 means whenever the selection lines are 0, 0, what we will get at the output? That your I0 is getting selected. You will get at the output as a I0. Whatever at the input, you will get the whatever at the I0 pin, you will get at the output. Okay. Next, whenever there is a 0, 1, you will get the I1, 1, 0, I2, and for 1, 1, you will get the I3. You have got the truth table. All of you understood the truth table?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See. कितना समझ में आया अभी देखते हैं. Now, suppose I told you to write down the truth table for the 8:1 marks. Now, for 8:1 marks, what will be the number of input lines?
8.
8. What will be the output?
1.
1. And what about number of selection lines?
3.
3.
Very good. There will be the 3 selection line. आप लोग एक आदत डाल दो कि number of inputs you just write down. अरे बाप रे, this is screen sharing का problem. ठीक है, अगर 4:1 marks समझ में आया है, तो write down truth table for the 8:1 marks, and for during practical session, we will discuss about the one numerical, and I will show you the practical on a kit. Okay, how to perform the 8:1 marks. Then it will be clear for all of you that how to design the marks and what type of numerical is there. Why it is getting disconnected again and again? Network issue in college. माझ्या मोबाईल वरती घ्यायला पाहिजे होतं. पण ठीक आहे. कोड फॉर टुडेज लेक्चर इज फर्स्ट लेक्चर लिया ना मैंने, तो अभी क्या है डेट 8 1/8. ओके, code for today's lecture is 1/8. Just don't miss the practical. We will complete multiplexer with one numerical at the time of practical, and I will directly give you one video, or I will explain you that video regarding the mocks practical. Okay, then again for next lecture I am not going to repeat the multiplexer again, because there are so many points remaining, that is a demultiplexer, and again there are you have to implement in the form of SOP, POS, so we have to discuss different numericals. Okay, all of you got this?
Yes, ma'am.
अभी बहुत बार डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया, तो अभी मेरा भी मुड़ गया, तो मैं फोन पे लेके रखती हूँ. अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ गया तो मोबाइल से फिर पढ़ाएंगे, लेकिन मार्क्स में फिर से रिपीट नहीं करूंगी. आई विल फिनिश द प्रैक्टिकल एज वेल एज द थ्योरी पार्ट ऑफ द मल्टीप्लेक्सर विथ न्यूमेरिकल टुडे ओनली. ओके
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
ओके, शुड आई एंड द मीटिंग? वो डिस्कनेक्ट ही हो गया, कॉलेज का नेट का ही प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. Should I end the meeting? Sorry for interruption. Practical in practical, I will cover it. No problem. Okay.